Okay, we are here as I promised. We are with one, for me, the best player in the history of Unicaja Malaga. I can't believe that, really. For me, was my idol when I was a kid. For me, this is a fucking dream. And interviewing Mr. Marcus Brown is one of the best things that I have ever done in my life. I have to tell you. Hello, Marcus. How are you?
Yeah. What's up, Gino? Man, I appreciate it, man. Obviously, great to be on today. Appreciate you reaching out, and man, let's go. Let's make it fun, man.
Let's make it fun. Okay, I'm gonna introduce a little bit your person. Okay. First of all, Marcus, I want to say happy birthday because you had the birthday short time ago, the 3rd of April.
Yes, yes,
I went to Wikipedia and I read it.
yes. Some of
And
that, most of it's true. Some of it's not.
yeah,
Okay,
I
go.
know. I know. Uh, Marcus Brown played in the NBA for Portland, Vancouver, Grizzlies, and Detroit, but he spent most of his career in Europe with in teams that like Limoges, Benetton, Unicaja, Cheska, or Zalgiris. He won many titles in Europe. I need to talk about that because I thought you won the EuroLeague, but not. and for me, you have been the best player in the history of Unicaja, Marcus. What do you think about that? Let me 1 second because I'm gonna explain in Spanish very quickly. Nada, le he dicho que para mí es el mejor jugador para mí es el mejor jugador que ha pasado por Unicaja y que ha ganado un montón de títulos en Europa. La Euroliga no, es verdad, que lo he visto hoy, pero nada, le voy a decir qué piensa de eso. What do you think about that, Marcus?
Man, it was Unicaja was such it was a great time for me, man. A lot of great people. I just wanted to continue to play basketball and do the game, that I love to do, and obviously winning. Try to impact winning, and I did that, and man, it's a really just a real good blessing and humble to be considered in that category.
Marcus, what do you feel? Because I know that when you were here, you could feel that you were the best team or one of the best team, the best players in the team with Scariolo and everything. How do you feel being the best in one team like Unicaja? Don't
Well,
be Marcus. Don't be humble, please.
you know, coming from where I came from and having a chip on my shoulder and just wanting to play basketball and having the appreciation that you get to be, you get to impact basket winning and you get to do this sport that you love to do. I was just so appreciative and man, I had so many great people in my corner. Obviously, being one of the main players comes with a lot of responsibility. And so I wanted to work with the young guys, push my teammates every day, but also push myself mentally. And so, man, I mean, Serge was great, man. Donnie, man, Steph and Bernie, and man, I mean, Walter, man, that was such a great time, man. And we also had great guys from the bench too, man. So everybody had a big time role, in that team, and we were fortunate enough to bring Unicaja a Spanish League title.
Ajá. Está diciendo que tuvo que trabajar muy duro y que tuvo que empujarse muy duro tanto él como el equipo aquí en Málaga. Y nada, Marcus, estoy haciendo un muy breve resumen de de lo que está diciendo, ¿vale? Marcus, we have people talking here in the chat because we are in live, estamos en vivo, hay gente preguntando. Voltion Stark says, un gran saludo al gran Marcus Brown. Aún mantengo su camiseta guardada como oro en paño. He's saying that a big hug, a big hi for Marcus Brown. He still have your T-shirt. Keep it like gold.
And hey, I appreciate it, man. What's up to all my Spanish brothers and sisters? Man, I appreciated everybody's support. Obviously, there in Unicaja, man, we packed out the arena like every time. I remember battling Studiantes in the semifinals and battling Tau, and I mean, man, it was just man, it was great. It was great.
Marcus, we have another guy, Rube1986, saying, Te reto en Tau. What do you think about that?
What in Tau?
Te reto en Tau. You said that to Rakocevic. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
man. I mean, I just mentioned them because we beat their ass, you know. So, I mean, hey, when you're sitting on top of the mountain, man, you got to got everybody looking down, and then they're looking, you're looking down at them, and they're looking up at you. So it is what it is. It
Which,
is what.
Marcus, with which relation did you have with Igor Rakocevic in this time?
Man, I mean, he was a young guy who was, he was a great player, very good player, man, played hard. And so, obviously I'm a competitor. He's a competitor. And I mean, hey, if you talk shit, I mean, it is what it is. So, everybody's a competitor, man.
I love Marcus. I love this moment. When you said that, I think all the fans from Unicaja we were so excited to see a competitor like you in the court. Maybe one day I interview Igor Rakocevic. We'll see. We'll see. We are talking. We are talking. Maybe
That's what's up.
maybe after this interview he doesn't want to do it.
Hey,
uh,
hey, I'm cool with it.
I
I
know. I
don't know
know.
if
I
he
know.
is or not. You know what I mean? So,
Marcus, people are saying, Voltium Stark say, Marcus, if we get to the final, to the ACB final, we wait for you in Carpena, in Martin Carpena.
man, I would love to. I would love to get back to Europe. Um, you know, it was such a big part of my life, but man, college basketball is so different now,
Yeah.
and it's so many rules, and man, you got to be very careful, and so I would definitely love to get back and and see the people there in Unicaja, and obviously, best of luck in the finals, man. Bring it home. You guys deserve it, and you just got to continue to work hard and keep supporting the team and the players.
Marcus, I want to talk a little bit about your childhood. Were you a
Uh-huh.
good student? Did you play basketball very, very early, or how was that?
Yeah, I played basketball early. My mom had a basketball in my hand when I was small. She played basketball. Man, like, I mean, great childhood. Had a lot of family support. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, and so man, it was a great childhood. I always played basketball, a little football, but man, I just was in love with basketball, my whole life, and was so grateful I got a chance to fulfill my dream and the opportunity to play at the highest level.
Marcus, 314 in the sky is asking, did you have any siblings? Any of them also play?
No, none of my siblings. No, none of my siblings played.
Okay. J. Enrique López is saying, está relacionado actualmente con el básquet de alguna forma. Are you related with basketball now? I think yes, because on the back we can see the
Yeah, hey,
the
hey,
board.
man. Yes, I'm at Murray State, and man, great school, rich basketball history and tradition. Obviously, Ja Morant would definitely rooting for Ja, and proud of Cameron, and even Isaiah Cannon, who's in Olympiacos. We had so many Murray alum, Jarvis Williams. Man, there's so many guys that are overseas. Bryce. I know I'm gonna forget somebody, but my apologies. But we have so many Murray State alum. It's just such a great school, man, that have produced a lot of guys who have gone on to play in Europe, and the NBA. Popeye Jones,
Uh-huh.
Denver Nuggets. We're rooting for
Yeah.
him too. So, Man, so Jeff Martin, all-time leading scorer. So, man, we've been doing well at Murray State, baby.
Marcus, are you a coach there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think one day you can coach in ACB as a first coach or not?
I mean, I'm at Murray right now, but hell yeah, why not? But I mean, that's every if you're in this profession, that's your ultimate goal. Hopefully, is to, become a head coach, and you got to pay your dues, and I mean, I'm working hard, and I'm enjoying my time here in Murray, working under a very good coach in Steve Prohm, who's won at so many levels and produced so many great players. So I'm just very thankful to be back at my alma mater. I'm having the time of my life.
Marcus, FJF79 say they have a very strange name, the people who are talking here. He says, "Hi Marcus, I received you in the airport with my little brother. I remember I told you, welcome to Malaga, and you said Unicaja Celtics."
My bad, but I mean, man, I mean, we bled green right then. You know what I mean? So we had to make it happen, man. And I appreciate you, and everything that, like I said, all the support. So, um,
Some people, Marcos, are saying the only T-shirt that they have of Unicaja, two or three people, is the T-shirt of Marcus Brown. And I put on Twitter yesterday, tomorrow we are gonna have an interview with the best player in the history of Unicaja. A lot of people say it's the best. It's top number one of Unicaja, mate. I was so proud because I was like, yeah, people know what I am talking.
I appreciate it. I'm very, very humble and blessed. Like I said, great teammates, great coaching staff, man, great fan support, administration. To put that team together, man, was I probably was the missing piece that they thought they never could get, but we found a way to make it work. And
We're gonna talk
again,
now.
my mom would be proud.
We're gonna talk now about a lot of things about Unicaja, but before I want you to talk about your NBA career. How was that? Did you because you started in the NBA, right?
Yeah, NBA career. I had a chance, and I think I did well during my chance, and some things didn't work out with other organizations, and man, I found a home in Europe. I worked very hard, had some good teammates and some good coaches along the way, and I appreciate them being supportive. And it also teaches you the business side of it, because sometimes you can work really hard at things and it just may not work out.
Yeah.
So you have to continue and keep on working. You can't put your head down. You have to get right back up. And so, man, I just found a niche and found a place in Europe. And, so I'm just thankful, man, for having the opportunity to play in the NBA against some of the greatest players in the world, man. And man, I enjoyed every minute of it.
And who was the first person who called you in Europe to play here?
Man, the crazy part about all this is I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, at summer league, and I was approached by a guy named David Black,
Wow.
who was at the time an assistant coach at Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it just, like the world is so small when it comes to basketball, man. So, but then things didn't, quite work out. And man, I continued to play there in the NBA or not really play, but be on a team. And then I got cut and Paul Ortez reached out.
Wow.
And then that's how I found, I kind of found my way to Europe.
David Blatt is not a bad coach.
Oh, no, no, he did. He's done very well, man. Done very well.
Incredible,
Proud, man.
incredible.
Yes.
Maybe one day we can talk with him. Who knows? Who
Oh
knows?
yeah, yeah. He's a good dude, man. Good dude.
Yeah, Marcus, you live in a lot of countries which in Europe, you live in a lot of countries. Which one do you prefer for living? If you don't say Malaga, I'm gonna kill you.
Gino, you're not, you're not getting me on this, man. Man, like I said, man, playing for some of the top organizations throughout Europe, man, some of the best clubs, man. It's just a blessing, man. Because again, none of this, people didn't expect any of this. They didn't expect Marcus Brown to have the impact that he did. I kicked in the door. I didn't come from a large school with the name and everything. Everything I got
Yeah.
was earned. So man, I had to kick the door in, man, and I had to make a name for myself. So, you know, um, I was just very blessed, man. Like I said, to play in some lot of great places, man. A lot of
But
big
Marcus,
cities.
you need to choose one city.
And everybody has something special, you know.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it.
And which did you find special in Malaga? What did you find special?
Um, man, the food, unbelievable fan support. Um, man, like I said, great people, man. Um, like I said, paella, the food, man, like, it's just, man, it was that time. And then the team, man, like the camaraderie of the team. I mean, you had some really, really funny guys. Carlos Cabet, man, he and Jesus, man, dudes are hilarious, man. Hilarious. So man, it was just a great time, man. Those dudes were really some good dudes, man. And I'm proud of each and every last one of them. And also a little jealous too, because those guys got to represent their country, and
Yeah.
something that I really, really, to this day, I'm like, man, I really wish I had the opportunity or get the opportunity to represent my country, and so in that sense, I was a little jealous of those guys.
It's a bit tricky to represent USA. It's so difficult.
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So difficult. Uh, which is your favorite player in NBA in the whole history? It's very easy, no? For me, obviously, it's Michael Jordan, but I don't know if you have another one. LeBron, Curry, I don't know. Who knows?
These guys, now, man, I mean, it's unbelievable nowadays, man. Like if I say something like, man, my time in the NBA wasn't very good, you're an NBA hater. I mean, it's unbelievable now, especially with Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, if you're talking with me, I want to smoke anyway. I don't give a shit. But man, I would say MJ. Um, I mean, obviously Kareem, with man, like, you know, now Devin Booker, probably Kevin Durant, man, the dude, man, like, is an assassin, you know. Um, but yeah, but I enjoy watching some of those guys. I think the most intriguing and fascinating thing with me is, like, I like to hear their stories about, like work, like their work ethic and their obsession with winning, and being the best. That's my thing. I always relish the opportunity to put, my shoes on and play against the next guy, because I wanted to see, man, what he was made of, because I knew what I had been through. And I knew most of the guys, man, hadn't gone through the fire like I hadn't gone through. So, man, I had to make my way. I had to make my bones. And so, man, it was just, like I said, man, it was a blessing. And I wanted to compete. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
see who was better. And none of the teams, except for maybe, one team that I can think of, was really built, to win, to win it all. The rest of it, man, we had to grind. So I would like to say, and I know I maxed out, as a player. So when I walked away from the game, I mean, I'm satisfied, because I never was supposed to be there anyway. Nobody ever believed that except for the people that were around me.
And Marcus, when you were here in Malaga, Did you learn any Spanish here or not? Do you know how to
Yeah.
say something or not?
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, Carlos and Bernie and those guys, they
Yeah.
taught me all the bad words, so they were bad teammates. They like man, like Danny was probably the only guy. Like Pepe would teach me bad words. Like Danny, like don't say that. Marcus, don't say that. But no, man, I tried. But gosh, I hadn't spoken. Oh gosh, in probably 8 years. So man,
Wow.
I would carve it up. I wouldn't do it any justice. Put it
Okay,
like
okay.
that.
Can you say if I say something, can you repeat for the fans from Malaga and I cut this later?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I would
say,
try.
okay,
Yeah, cut it up. I'll try.
I'm gonna say, Marcus, hello for all the fans from Malaga. I was very happy to stay there. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say all together, and we'll see if it works. Hola a los fans de Málaga. Muchas gracias por todo. That's it.
Hola. Are you ready?
Yeah, come on.
Hola, the fans. Unicaja. Muchas gracias. Uh, por soporte.
Perfecto, Marco, perfecto. I will cut this. I will cut this for sure.
Please, because
That was really good. I will send it to you. I will send it to you. One guy is saying here, if your dream is to coach or to work in the NBA.
I mean, sure, but I mean, at this point, I would relish at any job that would, give you an opportunity to continue to grow and impact, young men, and be around guys who are about to work and who want to win. You know, some guys aren't about winning.
And what do you, Marcus? What do you think you need to have to be a very good player? Because sometimes you see players that they don't get to this point of effort and other things that they just want. I don't know, ego. I don't know if it's good ego,
Yeah, ego. Yeah.
ego, yeah, and they don't make big effort to get there. And we can see that you were a player, a very hard, very tough player, and you could see that you work hard for that.
I think you got to have character for one. I think you got to have self discipline. Uh, you got to want to work on your game. You need to work on your game. You have to work on your game. And then the other, I would be is mental toughness, because there's going to be a lot of dark days that you're going to have to. Things sometime aren't going to go your way. So you're going to pout about it, or are you going to raise up and man and get better? Nothing is given. Everything is earned. So, and man, like it's just kind of a different day now. So, but man, I would say definitely mental toughness and self discipline,
And
um,
character.
on character. You definitely got to have. You definitely got to have that, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marcus, do you still follow the team Unicaja or not yet? You are in other things.
And sometimes I jump on. I try to go on EuroLeague, but I don't watch the games. I'll just kind of, try to see where everybody is, and that kind of thing. But where like if the team is winning or not. But man, it's sometimes it's tough,
I
to
know.
try to follow and everything like that.
And do you keep contact with any play with some players of this type?
Yeah, Danny. Talked to Danny.
Danny,
We
Marcus, Danny, how do you say? Danny put in Instagram
Mhm.
this interview. So he's trying to help you
Yeah, yeah.
for our
Yeah,
followers.
man, Danny's my guy. Man, how about this? Unicaja, how about this? Hey, let's have a reunion for the championship team. How about that? Jorge, Get it done, man. Bernie, get it
All
done,
together, all together. We
all
can. It
together,
can be
man.
Marcus. It can be here in this channel. It would be amazing.
Man, I mean,
All
let's
together,
get it done, man.
all
You know,
together. I will
uh,
try. I will try hard. I will try hard.
I mean that team, man. We would go bowling together. Like it was something different, with Sandy, and I mean it was something different, man. With those guys, and it made for a great team.
And how was Marcus? How was Sergio Scariolo? This is the first question, and the second question: who was the first coach that you had in Europe? Maybe Scariolo, I don't know. But I want you to talk about Scariolo because he talks. He always talks really, really good about you. When I hear Scariolo talking about you, we talk about you in his interview. I asked him, Sergio, if you need to take one player, which would you choose? And he said to me, Marcus Brown was an amazing player with an amazing work ethic. So I don't know, what do you think about him?
Man, Serge and we have a great relationship, man, and I always root for him. Man, I just thought everything aligned, with us, and man, we were able to communicate. Nothing was ever, absolutely his way or absolutely my way. We found, I mean, it was just, it's what you want as a player, to have a voice and kind of, bounce things off and see things. And then it's also great to have teammates with high basketball IQ, where you can kind of bounce things off. So man, Serge is great, man. Obviously, with the national team, and man, I like I said, I root for him, and I think Claude was my first coach at Poe or Ted, um, but man, I was very fortunate enough to play for, like I said, a lot of great guys, man, legendary guys, man. God rest in peace, Duda, and also Penny. Man, like, uh, I mean, again, I couldn't ask for anything better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. And Marcus, for me, I have two players that I loved in that time. One was Marcus Brown, obviously, and the other one was Pepe Sanchez, that for me was one of the best players in the world. For me,
yeah,
his game was his way to play was unbelievable.
yeah, Pepe, man, Pepe can make that ball disappear now. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
man, he, man, on time, on target, man, he prided himself and really orchestrating the offense, man, and getting guys the ball where they needed the ball to be, and in scoring positions, and man, he got it done. Like I said, I seen him. He threw a full court behind the back pass, man, and I was like, yeah, this dude, I was like, yeah, this dude can play, and of course he's winning pedigree, man. Argentina national team, man, winning pedigree, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marcus, people are asking here. People is asking here. Marcus, who was the worst player to play against?
Myself, what were you talking about, people? Asking here. What are we asking? Are we serious? Next question.
That's a very good. That's a very good
That's easy.
answer.
That's
That's
easy.
a really good answer. Carlos is asking best. Who was the best player in of Unicaja for you? You need to choose one. Don't be politic, please.
Ah, man, like, I don't want to disrespect the history though, because it's a lot of guys that have come through there, American, I mean, well, I should say foreign, or domestic, so
But I mean, in your time with Escariolo, Pepe, Jorge, I don't know.
I mean, gosh, man,
Or
that's
you, or
that's
maybe you can choose between two or three. Come on.
That's tough, man. I mean, Jorge, his ability to shoot and off the dribble, man, he was, he could post a little bit, so he was a nightmare. Carlos was very clever with the ball, man, and Steph and Walter, man. I mean, they were 6'6", 6'7" wing guys, that could, you know, do a little everything. So, man,
Uh,
that team, I would say, man, we ran up against a very good, well, I should say a hot Olympiacos team at that time, man, that knocked us out of EuroLeague. But man, I really, man, that team was it
Unbelievable.
was something special, man. It was
Marcus,
something.
and with you, the team reached for the first time to be in the final four on the EuroLeague against Cheska, and after that you beat Tau.
Mhm.
How was the final four? How was the environment? How was the team there? What did you feel? Tell us, please.
It was great. It was great to um, you know, accomplish something that you set out. Obviously we didn't win the EuroLeague title, but hell, I don't think most of the teams, like I said, I was on, you know, people say, okay, yeah, you can reach the final four, but man, I mean, we knew it. We set out to do it. Most people don't remember. I was a little injured during that
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
Those guys, and I came back towards the end. So, man, that's what teamwork, teammates. That's what it's all about. Um, but it's an unbelievable atmosphere. I think each year it has grown, more and more. Where the atmosphere, the marketing part of it, the sponsorship part of it, has gotten better every year. So it's a phenomenal atmosphere, man, and guys should relish being a part of it.
Carlos said, ask here your best 3 points shoot.
My best 3-point shot.
Yeah.
Oh man. Uh,
It's difficult, eh? It's a difficult,
Yeah, that's
difficult.
yeah, that's tough, man. So I've had some, you had some game winners, and I mean, like I said, for other clubs too, to send us to the Sweet 16 or to send it into overtime, the final, So man, that's tough.
I remember, Marcus. I remember one game. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure yes. In the Palau Blaugrana against Barcelona, where
Uh-huh.
we beat Barcelona, and you did an amazing game. You remember?
Man, hey, I don't want to sound like I'm not, but man, like it's a lot of high level games. So man, like I do remember beating Barcelona, but man, like I couldn't really tell you, man, like what went on during that game until I went back and watched it, though.
Marcus, Carmela is asking, talk about the story of the number 5 with Bernie.
Oh my God. Uh, hey, okay. This guy, man. So 5 has been my number since I was in college, and so everything was done with the deal, and I totally forgot about the number. And so I ended up signing a contract without getting the number. And so they were like, I mean, they were pretty much like, yeah, you signed a deal now, buddy. So you can't get out of it. And I'm like, oh, shh. And so I get to Malaga and I'm like, yeah, who wears number 5? It was like, yeah, Bernie, this and that. I was like, well, we got a problem. And so I'm like, hey man, like what do y'all do for because we got a problem. They was like, I was like, can we play for it? Like, like he's like, no, I don't want to play you.
Why not? Why not?
I was, I was like, man, look, I give you some money for it, man. Like, what's up? He's like, let me think about it. And man, he was like, nah. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, how am I gonna get this number, man? Like, oh. And so I ended up going to my old high school number, which was 41. And
41,
so
yeah.
that's why I ended up playing with 41 instead of 5. So Bernie didn't want to play me for it, but it's all good though.
Marcus, 1 second. The people are saying 104, 115 was the result of that game, Unicaja, Barcelona Unicaja. Carlos is asking why 41?
It was my high school number.
Okay.
And so when I was in high school, uh, get to like you have a sophomore, junior, senior. And so I was sophomore. And I was the one first. You get seniors and they select first, juniors select second, sophomores select last. So all the good numbers were gone. And so I was stuck with
The,
like
the 41.
53, 45, and 41. And you're like, what the heck? So I chose 41, which, kind of was Glenn Rice at the time, but at least somebody knew who the hell 41 was.
Okay, I think we are finishing the interview. Marcos, I want to ask you what does the future look like for you? Which projects do you have?
Well, man, I just want to continue to stay healthy, uh, and to stay grounded and humble, and continue to just try to be a better me, every day, to be a better son, to be a better husband, to be a better father, and to be a better friend. So, because as you go through this life, man, sometimes you
Stuff.
kind of lose track of that,
I
you
know.
know, and so because it's always basketball, basketball. So just continue to find that balance of trying to cover those things and keep the faith. So, man, what's next for me is to continue to grow as a coach and to continue to grow in those areas that I mentioned. And man, who knows? Maybe, some AD, or I don't know, some president or organization will want me to lead them. And so I just want to be ready for that. You know,
Perfect.
you
Perfect.
know, it's
In the sky is saying next project has to be Malaga reunion or Malaga chat or Malaga whatever. So now here, Marcus, I'm saying, because I want to cut that, Jorge Garbajosa, Carlos Cabezas, Bernie, Pepe Sanchez, Walter Herman, all of you, Marcus want to have a chat with all of you together. Maybe it's gonna be here in Silencio, Aquí se juega, in our channel, in my channel. I hope this is gonna happen one day because it would be amazing. So with that thing, we are closing we're gonna close the interview, Marcus. I hope you had a great time at least.
I did, man. I appreciate you guys reaching out, man. I
Thank
had a
you.
blast, man, and all the best. And like I said, big shout out to everybody in Malaga. Man, I want those guys to really do well, and hopefully they'll be able to bring the title home.
Perfect. I don't know if you know that we won this year the Copa del Rey short time ago.
Really?
Yeah, 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 yeah. We won the Copa del Rey
Congratulations.
for
Congratulations.
second time.
That's what's up.
For second time, we have a good team this year. I don't know if you know some players of our team of USA. But, do you know who is Kendrick Perry?
Kendrick Perry.
No,
I
or no, or Dylan Osetowski? No, no. You don't know the
no.
play. Okay, it's fine. Or Tyson Carter. Okay, because we have some players from USA that they are really really good. But yeah,
Good. Good for them. I'm rooting for them, man. I'm rooting for them. Have fun and max out, because at the end of the day, it's going to go on without you anyway. So might as well have fun, man.
Thank you, Marcus. And do you want to say something for the Unicaja fans, but in English?
No, I mean, like, like I said, I just very, very appreciative of also all the support. Got a special place with me, and so I thank all the everybody around the organization that supported me, and on the coaching staff too, and man, all my teammates, man. I appreciate you guys, and it was one hell of a ride. Obviously wish we could have stayed together a lot longer, but that's business. So we got to do something special while we were there.
Perfect, Marcus. So thank you very much for the followers of my channel. Please follow us, Silencio, Aquí, Juega. We are in YouTube, in Twitch, on Instagram, everywhere. And just saying that was a totally pleasure to meet and to interview one of my best favorite player in Malaga in the whole history, and there are a lot of players. So Marcus, it was a pleasure to have you here, and I hope maybe one more time we have another interview with another guy from this team of Unicaja.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate it. 5 out. Flow.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Don't go. Don't leave. I'm gonna cut now, but don't leave. Muchas gracias a todos, chavales, chavalas. Ha sido mi primera entrevista en inglés. Espero que haya gustado y que hayáis disfrutado de gran Marcus Brown. Un saludo a todos. Nos vemos en la próxima. Silencio, aquí se juega. Seguidnos, apoyarnos y difundir el canal. Un abrazo a todos. Gracias, Carlos. Gracias a todos. Chao, saludos.